report to this computer. Perfect. Good, Kim. So one thing we discussed was, first of all, move Wednesday partner trainings 1 hour earlier. So we will start 1 hour earlier for everyone. So it's easier for Canada and easier for everyone to join in. So we will start with that from next week. And then, yeah, hashtag balance shot. It starts to be really good. You guys, if you're talking about balance oil and they're like, I've never heard about it, it's super easy to just do like, well, go to Instagram and hashtag balance shot. And they will be able to see all the different posts people are posting about the balance shot. And people are starting to share their experiences. They're starting to share like everyday life with balance shot and so on. So it's really good because the more people see that it's like a lot of people doing it, it's easier to get them to try something new. So hashtag balance shot, and it's over 1,000 posts right now. Yeah, it's good to know that. So I would like you guys to remember to, when you're doing something, make it natural, make it a part of your life, to also share every now and then. And if you're on Instagram, hashtag it with balance shot. Okay, so we got that. No, this one was the last week's thing, sorry. Okay. I'm just trying to find the thing. Okay, so I did have other. Okay, so another thing I want to discuss with you guys is event tickets. Follow up with your partners about event tickets. It is so important for them to get that into their calendar and prioritize it. It is so important. You will, like, the reason why I was able to build Zinzino so fast in the beginning was that in my 3rd week in this business, I went to an event and I saw the event and I got to learn about Dr. Paul Clayton. I got to see Dr. Colin Robbins were not there then, but there was other doctors that have different clinics in Germany that came and explained how they have been seeing the results in their autistic kids. And I get emotional right away. I feel like it just impacts people so much. And we have such a powerful tool to help people and impact their lives, not only from a health perspective, but also from a wealth perspective. Because I know that there are many, especially women, but also men out there that dream to have a better quality of life with their family. And not have to sacrifice having to tell the kids, no, you cannot become a professional tennis player because we cannot afford it, because to me, having enough with money has nothing to do with consumption, but it has to do what we're able to do for our talents and how we can help other people and how we can create a comfortable life that doesn't need you to have to worry about money every single month, and that you have a savings account. And if something happened to your family and you lose your job, you are secure, So I just wanted to once again stress about checking on your people if they have got their ticket to the event, and follow up with them. And like, you get I can sit here and I can try to train you an hour every single week for a whole year, and you will still learn so much more in 2 days of an event. And it's not that much of an investment. Yeah, you might have to take a day of work off work. But what you're able to gain with Zinzino, thanks to doing that, it's an investment. So
don't they get a free gift with a ticket purchase?
You get a free gift with a ticket purchase, and the purchase, like the ticket is ridiculously low. Like it's $109, I think, or something like that. And with that, you get a free gift that they're launching a new product. I have no clue of what the product is. But just from checking on Zinzino's price tags, it's usually something between $30 to $60, $70, depending on. And you will get that for free, what they're launching. But it's just amazing of what people are doing after they have been on an event. They have started gaining belief in the business. They have started getting belief in the owners, in the scientists. They have been able to see so much, like they have got to learn so much during 2 days. And that belief people grow on an event. That is why people are working so much harder in October and November because of the event, because they get fired, they get what is it called? Excited and ecstatic, enthusiasm. I'm tired, but yeah, it's just something different. So everyone that wants to do Zinzino as a business need to be at the event. Anyone that wants to be able to inspire people, to be able to help other people to better health, they need to be on the event. So I want to stress about that. There was a question, any testimonials with seizures? What kind of seizures are we talking about? Are we talking about seizures that are due to epileptical seizures? Or are we talking about seizures that are due to something else, Antoinette? You can write it and I can answer soon.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I don't remember where I watched it, but the story about Marco, when he telling about his first event that he went to, it wasn't the Zinzino event, but the first event he went to in network marketing, and how he got the money or the ticket to go there. It was quite an amazing story what he told, because he was like 25 and he had no money. Like it was very, very little, and he worked a lot, and he was not going to be able to get day off from work, and he had soccer, like professional soccer on some level in Sweden, and they were not going to let him go. They're going to bench him if he went, and how in the end everything worked out so he could go to, I think it was Las Vegas for this event. So yeah. I don't know where I saw it or where I listened to it, but if you can find it and listen to it, it's very inspiring.
It was on the last one Monday call, I think, when he was telling a story. And you know what, like I would not miss an event for anything. Like before COVID, I was traveling and I was spending lots of money to like travel and with airfare and taking time off work, and having my husband needed to take off time work to be able to take care of the kids when I was gone. And I have never seen that as a sacrifice. I've seen it as an investment. You cannot try to build a business without investing in the business. And some people do believe that. They see like Zinzino and they're like, oh, do I have to invest any money? And like, how are you gonna learn about the products if you're not investing anything in yourself? How are you going to be able to communicate with your customers if you like, when they come to you and they're like, hey, I was reading something about the Viva in the forum. What does it taste like? And you're like, I don't know. I haven't tried it. Like, of course, you're going to lose a customer. So you need to learn a bunch of skills and a bunch of like personal experience, because that's what we're dealing with, personal experience. And I love what Art Jonak is saying. He's like, you don't have to change. Just be yourself and share your favorite product. But you need to try the products in order to know what's your favorite. And of course, I use the whole health protocol. So yeah, but yeah, it is really important. Like, this is something also I like to say. When people tell me I cannot do that, I have family, I have birthday parties or whatever, birthday parties can be moved to another weekend. You can do things around your schedule that makes you be available that weekend. And especially when we know not only 1 month before, but we have known for 6 months, we have known almost for a year when the next event is going to happen. It's always in October, it's always in the middle to the end of October. So we know that. That's how the Zinzino calendar works. So already now you can put in your calendar October next year, the 3rd weekend, that's when the Zinzino event is going to happen. So I don't believe in excuses. I think excuses are because we are, how can I say it? I don't want to offend anyone, but the thing is, an entrepreneur, they are not looking for excuses, they're looking for solutions. And people that don't look for solutions, they will struggle in the business, to be honest. And that's the truth. If you're only seeing problems all the time, you have to learn your brain to start looking for solutions. And I'm a very solution-minded person. Have always seen solution very quick. And my dad have always been like, Michaela, I have been thinking about this for 5 days, how I was going to solve this issue. And I just mentioned it to you and you have the solution in 2 seconds. I'm like, well, that's just how my brain works. I see solutions. But anyway, so, and that is a test we need to do. And it's a skill we have to develop as an entrepreneur. We have to see solutions. How can we be able to fit in something in our schedule? Okay, I cannot find, I did write up a bunch of things I wanted to tell you about. Here, one thing I wanted to tell you about is that Art Jonak, he have done some pretty cool trainings lately. I don't know if you have been listening into them, but I did this today with a new partner I signed in today. And I'm going to show you that so you know how to communicate this. A lot of people are doing a linear income, okay? Let's say $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, and so on. So they are doing a linear income, and depending on what education you get, if you don't have an education, you might be over here. If you're getting an education, you might be over there, and so on. But the thing is, they are making about the same amount of money every single day, and if they don't go to work, they're not making any money, right? So that's a linear income, and they might be increasing a little bit, but it's very, very little a month. So when we're talking about with people, we can start explaining that, yeah, most people are working on linear income. If we're looking at Napoleon Hill, that have been writing a bunch of good books, if we're looking at Robert Kiyosaki, we can see that they are promoting something else. You will never be able to be rich on a linear income. You will never be able to, I mean, of course you can move into a smaller apartment and save a lot of money and so on. But just take $5,000 as an example. If you want to have an extra $5,000 a month, if you want to earn an extra $5,000 a month with a linear income, do you know how much you would have to save monthly in order to have a residual income? If you take your money and you put it in a place with that have 6% interest rate, do you know how much you would have to save every single month in order to, in 5 years, have an extra income of $5,000? It is actually, where's my other red pen? I have it. You have to save $16,000, and that is after taxes, okay? $16,000 every single month in order to, in 5 years, have a residual income of $5,000. Okay. So I'm just going to do this instead so you can see better. So when people are seeing this, like, wouldn't it be nice to have $5,000? Okay, do you have a plan for it? Are you going to save $16,000 in order to get it? Or if you're doing it over a 10-year period of time, you can save $8,000 a month. If you're happy to do it in 20 years, you can save $4,000 a month. It's still a lot of, like, it's hard to get there. So what we're doing, we're building a residual income that keeps on growing. But not everyone understands this, because yeah, it may only be $40 the first month. It may only be $80 the second month. It may only be $100 the third month. And by the time of 1 year, some people are already giving up because they don't feel like they are seeing enough with results. Okay, see what Arjonak told instead. He was like, have I told you guys this story before? Jeannie, have you heard this? June have not heard this. I'm not sure if I told you on the training or not, but so what Arjonak did, he's like, imagine you being at work. How much are you earning at work? Someone might say $3,000. Okay, imagine you being at work and you're earning $3,000. Do 4,000 instead. And then your boss is saying, well, you're fired. We cannot afford you. And you're like, okay, man, I need to get back home. I need to try to find another job. I need to try to solve this. And then as you're walking out the door, the boss calls you back and say, hey, Michaela, I know that you're a really good hard worker. I don't really have the money to afford you, but if you would be able to put in 1 extra hour every day, and that for free, I cannot pay you for that, but you would still earn your $4,000 that you have had a month until now. You would still earn that, but you will have to put in an extra hour every single day for the next 5 years. And if you do that, Michaela, you will have $4,000 in residual income after that. Would you stay at the job and do the extra hour of work, even though if you didn't get paid for that, in order to get the residual income in 5 years? June wouldn't. Because you could quit altogether and still have it as a residual income. So that's what we're helping people to do. We're helping people spend a little bit of time every single day. And we don't have to wait. We are actually getting some payments for it. But it's not like going to work and trade an hour. But eventually we're getting so much more by it. So it's just a cool explanation for when we are explaining linear income versus residual income to people that haven't been thinking about this before. So I just wanted to share that. I did that with a partner today and she signed up. Okay. What more? Okay, we need when to get, okay, webinars. So first of all, I wanted to explain a couple of things. We have tried to have webinars on Saturdays. It's kind of hard to get people plugged in on a Saturday. If we're doing webinars another day, when would be a good time to do so? And do we want to do them every other week, or do we want them every week? And if we're doing them every week, I don't mind being there. I just want people, someone else that except for just partner plugging in. I want new customers there, so it gives me some value. But as long as we have at least 2 customers, happily 5, I mean, I would love 20, then it's worth it. But I just want to like check the feeling and see if people are wanting to have that. So you guys can unmute yourself and say what you're thinking about that. Any thoughts on it?
What time on Saturday? I'm mowing lawns in the morning.
Yeah, so we have used to do it at 10 a.m. my time.
That would be
11 your time. Yeah, so that's when we have been doing it, and we have been doing it for, is it 3 or 4 weeks? We have been doing it, and last week we did it on a Wednesday instead. We have been using a lot of the recorded webinars because we have still been so few people that are working towards that. A lot of people, like, we do have the 5-minute video, so a lot of people just want to send a text and say, hey, I found a health concept that is really interesting. I took the blood test yesterday and I'm waiting for my results, and would you be interested to learn more? So a lot of people are just doing it that and using the 5-minute video because it goes fast, it's easy, and if they are still interested, it's easier to follow. You know, it's usually easier for people to commit to 5 minutes than 35 or 40 or 55 minutes, you know. So a lot of people prefer doing the 5-minute, but if you're doing the 5-minute, you also usually need to be really good at following up. They will not sign themselves up. You will have to be really good at following them up. So that is something that I want to like discuss. We could do one monthly, that is a bigger webinar that I go through all of the health protocol, like the gut health, the multivitamins, why we're supposed to do that. And in order for people to join that, they would need to see the 5-minute video so that they like get that first, and then I can like talk about the benefits of using the whole health protocol instead, for example. Yeah, there's many different things. Another thing I've been thinking about I want to start doing, I'm not going to be able to this week, I'm not going to be able to next week or the following weeks. I'm going to travel to Utah, by the way. I'm going to tell you guys that right away. So I will be traveling to Utah. So I will be in St. George on the 14th. I will be in Las Vegas the 13th. And then I will be in Delta the 15th, and most likely most of 16th. And then I will maybe go to, we'll see if I go to Salt Lake, Utah area in the afternoon, evening on Saturday before I'm heading back home on Sunday.
This is in October.
This is in October, so it's in 2 weeks. So if you guys have anyone in Las Vegas, St. George, Delta, Utah, like a Provo, Salt Lake area, let me know and we will schedule that in.
Michaela, when did you say St. George?
That is on the Thursday, on the 14th.
And the 15th Delta and 16th.
Yeah, 15th and the 16th.
Okay. I thought you said St. George was 14, 15, and Delta was 16. So you're going to be here 15 and 16?
Yeah, I mean, we will be going, we'll probably be in St. George on Thursday night, and then we'll probably sleep over in St. George. And
Right.
then probably head to Delta on Friday. So I don't know how much time we want in St. George in the morning before we're heading to Delta. But we will probably do afternoon trainings and evening training Friday, and then morning in Delta.
Okay. Okay.
And then I will see if I'm needed more in Delta the rest of Saturday too, or if I should go to Utah to I know that, I mean, to Provo. I know I do have some potential partners in Provo that I might want to try to meet on Saturday night.
I thought we was doing it on the second weekend of October. I swear I just talked to Joan and I thought it was the 7th, Thursday, Friday the 8th, and then the 9th. So that's what I've got blocked out on my calendar.
Okay. I did write the 14th to Joan.
Because I remember we was debating the first weekend or the second weekend.
Kim.
And so we said the second weekend.
She said, I just called Kim and she filled me in. I plan on Thursday, October the 14th. You and Kim are welcome to stay with me. I'm happy to shop.
Jeez. Okay. She's got it wrong. Because I got a conflict because I blocked out the second week and not the third week. So I guess I better call Joan and see.
Okay, but are you able the third week?
No, I got a conflict on the third week. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, we will have to discuss that then afterwards.
Sorry. Yeah, because I've got the second week blocked out.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone
I don't know
in
what
that
Joan
area, I
is
will be
thinking.
traveling the second or the third week. My kids are free the second week, but I think my husband have taken Thursday and Friday off, so he can potentially take them. So if I need to leave my kiddos and leave my husband to do spring break, fall break things, I will do that, and I will go and travel because I see solutions.
Okay, well, I'm going to call Joan and see what she's thinking.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, perfect. So we'll see. Everyone that wants an update on that, send me a text and I will update you as soon as I have been able to set that straight. Okay, that was that. Yeah, something I am. So when we're talking with people, we have different kinds of. Marie-Sophie, can you please post that you had from Marco in the Mixed Teams and Zeno group?
How do you mean? Post his remarks, you mean?
Yeah, the invitation in English. I haven't had time.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm gonna check where I have it. Yes, I will. But when you were talking about the webinars, are you gonna talk about like interviews and stuff like that? Maybe it's good. Yeah.
Well, I need to write something down.
Because that I think is a good thing to discuss that. Because if we have that, we might be okay with every second week presentation and not every week.
So what I was going to tell you that I'm planning to, after I'm done traveling, because I need to get that done first. And I'm planning to do some type of like podcast. And it's going to be YouTube, and I'm also going to put it in the Facebook group, Omega-3 We Share Experiences. And instead of having a whole webinar every single time with explaining everything, I will just start interviewing people, short interviews, and I'm probably going to have many different episodes. So for Camille, like for example, that she have both her PMS and menstrual cycle have been fixed, that have her nausea when she was pregnant was being fixed, when she have like her kids with her allergies have been fixed, and her shoulder pain has been fixed, and so on. I'll probably interview a person, but we'll probably split it up into like 5 different things, so it's easy to just share 5 and 10 minute podcasts or videos on YouTube and so on. So if you know someone that, for example, had problem with PMS or have problem with infertility and so on, you can say, I might have a solution, take a quick look at this. And if you're interested, then we're following up with a 5-minute video. And if they're interested, we keep on following up with as much information they want until they have committed to try either just the balance concept or the health protocol. So I have that in a pipeline because I feel also like the more we're able to be like, it's in the end, it's stories that sell people hope. So just information, it can be really boring to look at, but it's stories that sells the hope that we can change things for ourselves. If she could change it, this might be worth taking a look at. So when would they have a hope that it might be able to be helped, that's when people are investing time to actually look into it.
Antoinette had some testimonials. She was telling me about how she improved for herself on several things.
Antoinette, do you want to share?
Hey, hi. I said that would be great because I have people who want to know if it will be good for them, you know. I have somebody who has a son who's been having seizures. So that's why I posted the question initially, but then I had to take a call.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I noticed that I'm not dragging out of bed. I'm not dragging myself out of bed. Even if I take I sleep for like 4 or 5 hours, I'm still not dragging myself out because I wake up and I feel like I'm well rested, you know. I don't know if it's but you know, that's how I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I used to have pain at the bottom of my feet, like when I stand too long or when I sit and I get up. And I noticed that one too is it's better now.
Yeah. It's so funny that you're saying the feet too. I used to have a lot of pain when I was working on my feet also.
Yeah.
And that was something that I used to get when I was out walking and doing anything. And that is also gone. I haven't even been thinking about my feet. I have forgot that I used to have problems with it. But that's so nice to hear, Antoinette.
Yeah.
With the feet too, my husband's mom, she had been complaining about pain in her feet too for several years, and I put her on the balance oil and she have not complained about her feet anymore.
Yeah,
So,
and I noticed today too that I don't eat fruits because it gives me digestive problems. Like I get a lot of gas when I eat fruits, so I cut fruits out. But when was that? Saturday and today I ate some tangerines, and so far I'm good. So I don't know. I'm just I'm hoping it's helping with that, you know. I'll try it again and see, but so far my tummy feels good.
yeah, I'm so excited for you, and you will just keep on noticing things. And like I said, it might be small things in the beginning, but it's just so much fun to see how eventually it doesn't matter that we're aging, our health is just improving and we're just feeling amazing. Even though we're like aging, we are supposed to decline our health and we're improving our health. Thank you so much for sharing, Antoinette. And we have many testimonials. I mean, me, myself also had problems with fruits. Camilla's kids had problems with fruits, and also egg allergy and different milk allergies and so on. And it's just so fascinating. This is something I try to educate people too on, that yeah, if you have food intolerances, is it really the food that is dangerous to you, or is it that your body is not able to process it because your gut health is so poor?
Yeah.
Because I
Sorry, go ahead.
No, because I truly believe that when we're restoring our gut health, when we don't have issues with inflammation and so on, we shouldn't be reacting to fruit. We shouldn't be reacting to meat. We shouldn't be reacting to eggs. We shouldn't be reacting to whole foods. They're so natural to us.
Yeah.
What did you want to say?
Oh, I was going to say, I haven't been able to drink milk in a long time, so I haven't had the courage to try yet, but I can't wait to see if I can take it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wait a little bit longer. I just remember the day. I just remember the day when I had been on the products. I mean, I was excited about the company. I'd been to Globen and everything. And I'd been on the products probably for, I can't really remember the time span. It was probably after Christmas sometime. And it was probably around Christmas. And I've been making smoothie to my family. And I usually couldn't drink smoothie. And I was like taking a whole glass and I was drinking. I was like, I don't feel anything. Usually I feel itchiness right away and start to it just is all over. I was like, I don't feel it. And this is a lot of berries and it's banana in it. And I was just drinking and drinking. I'm like, I don't feel it. I'm like, I'm going to provoke it. So I drank a whole thing of smoothie of fruit and berries and bananas. And then I made an avocado smoothie. Avocado gets me really bad. I did an avocado smoothie. I drank that. I was like, I don't feel anything. I was doing a and I was eating also, I did 3 different things right away after each other. I was like, I don't feel anything. I went to my husband, can it be that I already have this effect on my body? And I was just so amazed. And it's just so fun when you're starting to notice. Anyway, I get so fired up. But thank you, Antoinette, for sharing. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah. And Marie-Sophie?
I send you a messenger. Is this what you wanted? Because I don't know where everything that Marco said is more than it's a video. And then I've been writing what he said in the video.
Yeah. So we can do that in a Canva and we can put it out. Perfect.
Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah, so stories, they really sell people to at least start taking a look, because it can be hard for people to prioritize taking time out of their days. It can sometimes be more easy, like, hey, I know you have a problem with gut health. This girl also had a problem with gut health. Please use 5 minutes of your time to listen to her story or something. And then we might have a solution.
And it would be nice to have a little story if you can find someone who has experience about pets, because it's very, I think that will engage many people also.
Yeah. I mean, my dog also gets omega-3 every single day, and she gets the prebiotic fibers. She did not have any issues before, but she's 12 years and she's jumping around as a puppy, and she doesn't seem like she's gonna age and anything like yeah, but she didn't really have any issues. But I'm gonna try to find, we do have some stories already in the Facebook group about dogs and eczema that you have before and after pictures on. But yeah, I will interview those too. So I'm gonna put up a schedule for starting to have interviews. Anyway, I also wanted to talk about invitations. There are different ways of inviting people. So this is the thing. What do we do in our business? We invite people to take a look, we present, and we follow up. And then we redo it again. We invite people to take a look, we present, we follow up. And that presentation can be a 5-minute video out of YouTube. It can be you putting up a slideshow, showing and explaining things. It can be you inviting me, or it can be many different things. But that's what we do. And we keep on doing that. Invite, present, follow up. If your business is not moving forward, are you inviting people to take a look? And if you are inviting them, how is your following up? So it's really crucial to try to see what am I struggling with and what do I have to become better at? And we have to understand that most people, they need to see the business or see the product 7 times, okay? In order before they are signing up. Because it can be scary trying a new product and no one else have tried that you know of. It can be scary joining a business you have never heard about. Oh no, Kim, she fell out. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about, there are different ways of sending messages, and I truly believe there is no size fit at all. You have to acknowledge people are different and you are also different. Some people are feeling like it's really easy to call someone. Some people are feeling it's easier with text message and so on. And for people that are very people that are entrepreneurial that have experience in business and so on, for them, this invitation might be an option. This is what Marco is using. He says, hi, how are you? And how have you been? And so on. And you small talk for 1 to 2 minutes. And then was just thinking about, was just thinking about when you were 5 years ago, when we were flying over to Norway, and you find a story that fits you and that person in their life, And I don't know what you're up to now, but if you're working, if you're working what you're doing right now, I have no clue of that. But I just wanted to let you know that I just teamed up with a Scandinavian franchise in e-commerce that actually is expanding in the USA right now. And I'm partnering up with this entrepreneur. Her name is Michaela, and I mentioned your name for her, telling you about how happy and outgoing you are, and that you're hardworking person and so on. She became interested to meet you, and I also love to tell you more about what I do. So if you're open to new opportunities, it would be nice to have a chat, you, me, and her. She's one of the people leading this expansion of this market, and she's willing to sit down with you if you're open to new opportunity. I know you're probably busy with your wonderful family and life and so on. So, yeah. Why? Oh, you have probably added that yourself. I don't remember him saying that.
Yes, no, the last thing I added myself, but
I was like, that didn't sound like Marco.
what Richie said and Marco said was also that they added like, and I think it was Art who added that, like, I know you are busy, so am I.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't have contact you if it wasn't important.
Yeah.
So yeah, I actually tried that with one person today, that phrase, but in another issue, not about Cincino,
Yeah.
because I thought it was so good, because people, like, when I call, they like, why are you calling? What do you want? I am busy. I said, because this is important. I wouldn't bother you if it wasn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is busy.
Yeah. So that is one type of invitation that works very well with the expansion, just getting people to jump on a potential partner meeting. Another approach that have been working really well is also just saying, hello, you know what? I found a really interesting health concept. It's changing the way we're looking at health. And I would love for you to take a look at it because I see a great potential of it. And I think you will also. Would you be open to take a look? And in that case, a lot of people are working more with recorded things. So they would be working with, you can both work with recorded things, but you can also schedule a meeting. And in your meeting with the person, you can also use recorded things, watching it together, see what they think, and then schedule up a follow-up meeting with me or with someone else that can help close them in. So that is also an option. But there is something I would like to also, yeah.
The third option that it worked really good for me to have people listen, at least, then they are their choice if they want to accept or not, is the one, find a need. 2 days later, you write to them. People really feel like when you are getting to know them, if you already have a best friend, you already know the person's problem, right? You don't have to do that, and you already have a need. You can write to the person and say, I know that you've been struggling with your high blood pressure or your eczema, and I might have something for you, right? But if you don't know the person, you can call that person, or you can meet up for a chat or a walk and get to know that person, and let that walk be all about that person, not about you, and ask a lot of questions and be friend. And then 2 days later, you will text that person and you will say that I was been thinking about you wanting to have a new job, or your heart issue, and I think I might have a solution for you. Mm-hmm. It's really nice.
Yeah, and that one works really well too. So it's different approaches. It's just a matter of trying out what works for you. And then don't be embarrassed standing in front of a mirror and practice talking if you need to practice to talk with people. Like, I've been doing that a lot in my life. You might see like, oh, she's a natural. Well, I have never been a natural. I have been practicing. And to be honest, when I was younger, I didn't dare to speak up because I was born with my tongue tied, and it was tongue tied the whole way. So when I was little, my tongue was like locked in. I couldn't use it when I was speaking. It sounded like I was, yeah. I'm not even going to use the word as I think I sound like. But anyway, lots of practice later. So another thing I want to talk about, last time I talked about having the right timing. Today, I want to talk about how to talk to people depending on the situation. So if this is you, it's good to understand that if you have an older sister, brother, an older sibling, they will always look down on you, no matter how knowledgeable you are, because you're younger than them. Okay? If you have a younger sibling, they usually always look up to you, no matter how much knowledge you have. And this is just life. We are ranking ourselves into systems, and the horses do it, dogs do it, humans do it. We're ranking ourselves into different systems. And so I just want you to be aware. And then we have some people, our friends, that might feel like we are on the same page. And depending on who we're talking with, we need to like adjust what we're saying. So this is also something that is very good to understand when you're inviting someone to take a look at the business opportunity. One way of saying things will not work exactly the same for every single person. Okay? So if you have someone that is equal to you, it's easy for you to just say, hey, I have just taken a blood test and I'm super excited, and I'm so excited I've actually started a business and I would love to work with you. Have you ever considered starting your own business? You know, like, then it's easy to be like easygoing and just like, yeah, talking naturally. If people are looking up to you, you sometimes don't even have to say much. You just say, I started a business and I would love for you to join, and they will join you because they are looking up to you. Okay? Or I'm taking this product, I think you should also take it, and they will try it because they're looking up to you. If you have someone that is looking down on you, what is happening then? You cannot come to that person and say, I have more knowledge than you. They will not listen. You cannot tell an older brother, I have a product you should try. He will not listen. You cannot come to him and say, I want you as a business partner. He will not listen. You're not smart enough to find a business that he haven't heard about, you know. So anyway, so in that case, if we're having someone that is higher up on our ranks in our in our family life or in our social life, then we have to turn it around. And what I would call, if this was an old former boss, for example, of me, I would call him and I would say, hey, Jonas, do you remember when I was working for you 10 years ago? Yeah, we had pretty good fun time, right? You know what? I've always been looking up to you. I know that you're so knowledgeable about marketing, about business, about just running your company and so on. And you did it so successfully. So I've always been looking up to you. Oh, that's nice to hear. Yada, yada. Oh, you know what? I have come across a really interesting business opportunity. And you know what? I would highly appreciate if you could just review some of the data and give me some feedback, because I really value your opinion, because I want to know if this could be something long-term for me. Would you be able to help me one day? And then they're more likely to take a look at the business, because of course, I will take a look with my expertise, and they will take a look, and then they will be intrigued, and they will look into Dr. Paul Clayton, they will look into the business, and they will look through the numbers. So you send them the yearly report and just say, hey, they have had pretty good growth. They have a technology that's pretty exciting. Here's a 5 minutes of the technology. What do you think? Do you think these are going to like last long term? And then it's super like, so that is something you can do with people that you feel are higher up. Those are usually the people that you have on your list, and you're like, maybe I'll call him another day, and you're like trying to find another person that is more comfortable, because that is walking outside of your comfort zone, right? So you're trying to find someone else, and you're like, oh, this one is more safe, and you're calling them. But the interesting part that there is often a lot of these people that can seem like they're having everything in place, that is dying to find an opportunity where they can free up some time. Okay. Camilla, she's having a meeting tomorrow with the owner of the grocery store that she have just been going into. And she was like, I don't even know if he's interested, yada, yada, yada. But she had been building a relationship for weeks and for months. And then yesterday she took like the courage and was just like, well, you know, I'm a part of a leading expansion, and it's pretty interesting, and I would love for you to take a look at it if you're open. And he's like, let's schedule in a meeting. So we'll never know who is interested or not. But also from a customer perspective, if you have a sibling or something, another thing that have been working really well is just to kind of call them and say, hey, you know what? I have started a new business. I don't want you to be a part of it. I just want to let you know that right away. I don't want you to be a part of it. I don't want you as a customer, but I value, I mean, I'm feeling very secure when I'm with you, and I would love to practice to have a presentation about the blood concept, explaining the blood test and so on. Can I please practice on you one day? And then they're also like, yeah, she wants to practice on me. Yeah, of course, I can honor that. Like, you can even throw in it, like if they're like, well, I'm so busy. Well, hey, I'm your little sister. You should be able to have like, you know, like it depends on the person, but you get the feeling. So a lot of us are hesitating, and a lot of the reason why we're not growing our business as fast as we want to is just simply that we're not doing the task. We're not inviting people. We're not presenting, and we're not following up. So we need to get that into our calendar on a weekly basis, write it in. I'm going to invite people on Monday morning, on Mondays, on Monday, between 1600 and 1700, I'm going to invite. And you don't only do invitation then, you do invitation for a whole hour. And if you're getting full schedule this week, you keep on inviting people for the next week and the next week if you need to. Like, you just do invitation that week. Don't start with GoCore. Don't start with, I'm just gonna check my email, or, you know, you do invitation. So it's important to do the invitation and then have time to book them in and then follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. And if people are not interested, you just ask them, is it okay if I keep you in the loop of what's happening with my health process? Okay. And they will say, yeah, of course, I would love to know that. And then you can share, okay, I'm noticing this with my health. It's super exciting. And I was also reading something in the omega-3 group that the science behind it that made me understand they have a connection. Anyway, I'm running out of time. Thank you guys so much for coming. I'm gonna stop the recording.